Let us solve this question. The following readings are recorded by a rectangular strain rosette. The strain at 0 degree is given 400 into 10 to the power minus 6. Strain at 45 degree is given 200 into 10 to the power minus 6. And strain at 90 degree is given minus 100 into 10 to the power minus 6. We have to determine the principal strains and stresses. E is given 210 gigapascal and Poisson's ratio is given 0.3. So this is a question of principal strain where the strain rosette is given, and this is a special type of strain rosette, that is rectangular strain rosette, also called 45 degree strain rosette, in which at x-axis the value of strain is given, at y-axis the value of strain is given, and there is another strain gauge which is at 45 degree and the value of that is also given. We have to find the principal strains and principal stresses, where the modulus of elasticity is given and Poisson's ratio is also given. So let us solve this problem. In this numerical, we are given with a strain rosette. This is basically 45 degree strain rosette, or also called rectangular strain rosette, in which some strain is given in x direction. At 0 degree it is written, it means this is in x direction. We are taking this as a reference, so this is our epsilon x. Also strain is given in y direction, this is epsilon 90 which is given to us. Also the strain is given at 45 degree, that's why it is rectangular strain rosette or 45 degree strain rosette, right? This is given to us. We have to find out the principal strains and principal stresses. This we have to find out. The modulus of elasticity and Poisson's ratio is also given for the material. So let us remind some formulas of the principal strains. Suppose this is our strain element which is given. The epsilon x is applied on the x-axis, in y-axis strain is applied epsilon y. Theta we are taking with the vertical, and if you are taking theta with the vertical, you will get the strain at an angle theta, you will get positive here, right? Remind here that if you would have taken theta with horizontal, here it should be negative, now it is positive. Also the shear strain we have taken the clockwise at the plane of epsilon x, that's why it is positive here, otherwise it would have been negative if the strain is opposite to this, shear strain is opposite to this, right? So this is the normal strain at angle theta to this plane, our reference plane, epsilon x plane, right? Also we have read the formula in our theory lectures about the principal strain, how to find out the principal strains, and from these principal strains we know that we are not able to directly measure the stresses. We can measure the strains, and from strains, by using formula, we have to determine the stresses. So by finding the strains using this epsilon x, epsilon y and gamma xy, we can find out the epsilon and epsilon 2, and then this epsilon and epsilon 2 will be put here to find out the stresses. So principal stresses can be obtained using the principal strains, and then we also can find out the angle at which principal planes are acting. This is gamma xy by sigma x minus sigma y, and this is a special case of strain rosette where their shear strain is given by this equation, where epsilon 45 is the strain gauge which is kept at 45 degree, and epsilon x, epsilon y is the strain gauge is kept at 0 degree and 90 degree, two perpendicular planes, and then we can find out the shear strain. Finding the shear strain, we can put here shear strain, and we can find out the principal strains and then principal stresses. So here epsilon x, which is at 0 degree, is given to us, epsilon y is given to us, epsilon 45 is given to us. Now find out the shear strain, and after shear strain find out principal strains, right? So first of all find out the shear strain gamma xy, and that will be equal to 2 epsilon 45 minus epsilon x plus epsilon y. We have taken strain element like this, and angle we have taken with vertical. If we would have taken here with horizontal and shear strain opposite to this, then there also some sign convention will be opposite, right? Here, this should be positive and this should be negative in other case. In this case, here 2 epsilon 45 is positive and minus is epsilon x plus epsilon y. So it doesn't matter, you can take any type of sign convention, it will not change your answer. So gamma xy will be equal to 2 epsilon 45 minus epsilon x plus epsilon y. So gamma xy will be equal to 2 epsilon 45. It is 200 multiplied 10 to the power minus 6 minus epsilon x 400 multiplied 10 to the power minus 6 plus epsilon y. Here it is minus, so we can use minus here. 100 multiplied 10 to the power minus 6. So you can use your calculator and take your time and find out the value of shear strain, right? So here you can see 2 to 400, 400 will cancel out and you will get plus 100 10 to the power minus 6. So this is 100 multiplied 10 to the power minus 6. This is our shear strain. But this is not our target. Our target is to find out principal strains. So find out epsilon 1, epsilon 2. You will get epsilon 1, epsilon 2. We can find out using this formula. Epsilon x plus epsilon y by 2. So epsilon x is this 400 plus epsilon y minus 100 multiplied 10 to the power 6 minus 6 divided by 2 plus minus under the root epsilon x minus epsilon y by 2. So this is 400 plus 100. 400 plus 100 into 10 to the power minus 6 divided by 2 whole square plus gamma xy by 2 whole square plus this 100 into 10 to the power minus 6 by 2 whole square. So this is our epsilon 1, epsilon 2. Solve it, use calculator, take your time and you will get the answer as epsilon 1 will be equal to, you will get the answer as 404.95 multiplied 10 to the power minus 6. This is our major principal strain, and minor principal strain you will get epsilon 2 will be equal to minus 104.95 into 10 to the power minus 6. This is our another principal strain, 104.995, right? So this is the major and minor principal strains using this equation. Next target is finding sigma 1. How to find out sigma 1? E by 1 minus mu square epsilon 1 plus mu epsilon 2. So sigma 1 you will get here as E is given 210 gigapascal. 210, it is gigapascal. 1 gigapascal is equal to 10 to the power 9 Pascal or 10 to the power 3 megapascal, right? Because 1 megapascal is equal to 10 to the power 6 Pascal. You must be knowing these things. So if you are using 1 gigapascal equal to 10 to the power 3 megapascal, then your answer will be in megapascal, right? So if I am using here 10 to the power 3, then the answer would be in megapascal for this stress, right? Because most of the stresses are in megapascal, so it is better to write here also, multiply this 210 with 1000 so that the stress will come in megapascal automatically, right? So this will be 10 to the power 3 divided by 1 minus mu is 0.3 square bracket epsilon 1. Epsilon 1 we have obtained now 404.95. 10 to the power minus 6 we will multiply later on. So 404.95 plus mu multiply epsilon 2. This here it is minus, so we can take minus here. So we can use minus here because of this minus. 104.95 multiply to both of this 10 to the power minus 6, right? So you will get the sigma 1 will be obtained as, solve it using calculator and you will get 86.2 megapascal. 86.2 megapascal. So this is your principal stress. This is another answer. And our last answer is finding the minor principal stress. Minor principal stress can be obtained as sigma 2. Sigma 2, you know sigma 2 is given as E by 1 minus mu square. E are 210. 210 multiply 10 to the power 3, so that answer should be in megapascal, divided by 1 minus mu square bracket epsilon 2. Epsilon 2 is minus 104.95 minus 104.95 plus mu times epsilon 2. Epsilon 1. Epsilon 1 is 404.95. 404.95 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 6, because in this and in this there is multiplication of 10 to the power minus 6. So by solving this equation you will get the principal stress as 3.82 megapascal. Try to solve it and you will get this answer. So this is one of the another answer, right? So this is the way to solve the questions of principal strains, in which some data is given and we have to find out first the principal strains, and using principal strains we have to find out the principal stresses. Most of the questions are like this in this case.